niggas staring at me cause I'm always shining. See the little bro came home and got him a pistol and rollie, we always grinding. She tryna fuck me, I'm loving her time. Richer than rappers, my niggas ain't signing. Speak with my hands, they think I'm a mime. And fuck what I wear, they gon' fuck up the diamonds. I'm booted again. Make America flat, I can't use it again. If I hit it before, I could do it again. Run up an M, I could do it again. Stepped up the kitty, ran through it again. Flooded the city, and do it again. Never got the first time, we gon' do it again. Boarded the charter, let's do it again. 100 on bottles, let's do it again.
What's good, y'all? Buckle up, coming through on a quick drop. So, Bark for the Bone. You spent your whole half of your motherfucking show yesterday continuing that motherfucking conversation, huh? You tell us you're gonna keep telling us for the next 5 years, the next 10 years that Shakur ducked Devin, and guess what? I'll be right behind your dumb ass for the next 5 years, 10 years, letting motherfuckers know that Devin ducked Shakur. Right behind you, every time. Like an irritating ass motherfucking bug in your ear. A fly flying around your motherfucking ear that you keep smelling every motherfucking time. Every motherfucking time. Then you want to add, he want to throw some juice on it and add to it when Bob Burnham already crushed that for y'all. He over there telling y'all yesterday, Devin offered him 3 offers. He offered him 3 offers. He gave him 3 offers. He didn't give him 3 offers. Shit. Shut your lying, dummy, delusional, goofy, yes man, pussy made ass the fuck up. Shut your lying dummy ass the fuck up. Devin ain't give no motherfucking 3 offers shit to no motherfucking Shakur. Like Shakur said, Shakur told us he got 1 offer. 1 offer, and Bob Burnham told us he got 1 offer. See, that's when that's what crushes your whole shit. Anything that you ever have to say, it always crushes your whole shit. Bob Burnham already put the lid on that. You can't say shit. Bob Burnham said there was only 1 offer. There was 1 offer. And Bob Burnham also told us that Devin told him that he wanted to go to 140 for real anyway. He was having trouble, was not comfortable fighting at 135 and rather fight at 140. He wanted to go to 140 anyway. And then check this out, y'all. When he tell y'all that shit about, he said, go back into the history of boxing. Go back to the history of boxing all the way when boxing started, and you'll never see where a mandatory got over 25% to fight in an undisputed fight. That's the kind of statement that for like if you slow, he'll leave you stuck on that statement because you slow, because he don't even know who got 25% or over 25% or under 25% in the undisputed matches throughout the history of boxing, with it being thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of matches. He don't even know. He don't even know. He wouldn't know how much, who the fuck made what or what made what over the history of the sport since the sport started. And guess what, y'all? Guess what's easy about that, though? When he say, go back to the history of sport and see if anybody made 25% or more, if they ever made that to fight as a mandatory to fight in an undisputed fight. First of all, even if they didn't, who would give a fuck? What that got to do with Shakur? Even if they did or if they didn't, what the fuck did it matter? It don't got shit to do with Shakur. It don't got a motherfucking thing to do with Shakur. Somebody else could have been in a position from a mandatory to fight somebody that's undisputed. They could have been in that position, and but they wasn't a 2-division champion like Shakur. They wasn't unified in a champion before they got to that position and a champion in another division. They wasn't a 2-division champion previously to getting the offer when they got the undisputed fight. They might have got the undisputed fight while they only been in that same division, in that one division, and they get a chance to fight for undisputed. But they don't have accolades that they're sitting on. They haven't been champions in previous divisions. That's why Bud fighting Spence. Bud was a mandatory. Y'all ain't even bring that up. You could have brought that up. Bud was a mandatory to a guy he was getting ready to fight for undisputed. Yeah. When Bud first came to the division, he turned down 60-40 off the first offer. Bud turned down 60-40 off the first offer. And he was already a 2-division champion too. Listen, y'all, it's a difference when you got accolades. That's why the WBC entitled Shakur to 30%. And when this nigga was on this channel fussing yesterday, right, I seen Black Truth come on there, right? He tried to say, he tried to mark Black Truth and say, oh, here we go again. Trying to talk about, oh, here we go again. And trying to say how he talking all this shit. But Black Truth was coming there. He said, BFTB gonna say, why can't we just let the facts be the facts? And Black Truth said, we are gonna let the facts be the facts. And the facts are the WBC, and he was getting ready to let them know, they entitled Shakur to 30%. He was entitled to 30%. And BFTB kicked him off there. Yeah, he muted him and kicked him off before he could get started. Because you don't want to hear the motherfucking facts. He keeps saying, let the facts be the facts. That's why he would never debate a nigga like me about that situation. Then he tried to compare Frank Martin to the situation. He's slow as fuck. He delusional and dumb as a motherfucker, knowing Frank Martin never was a champion. Frank Martin was never a champion. He never was unified. He wasn't previously a 2-division champion, unified in one of the divisions that he was in. He wasn't in that position at all. Nothing. Frank Martin was a nobody then, just like he's still a nobody now. I mean, you don't accept the fact that accolades is what put Shakur in a position to go get a little bit more money. Just like the accolades put Bud in position to get what he wanted when it came time for him and Spence to fight. Accolades did that, goofy. Learn the sport of boxing, you dummy ass yes man. You a yes man ass nigga that clearly lie a lot and don't know what the fuck you talking about at all. Don't know what the fuck you talking about at all. Devin definitely ducked Shakur, no doubt. No doubt. Once Bob Earn put it out there that his motherfucking ass was saying he couldn't make the weight, he wasn't comfortable making the weight, and we seen how he looked before the Lomachenko fight, all the proof is in the motherfucking pudding. All the proof is in the pudding. And again, Shakur wasn't asking for 50-50 either. Shakur was asking for more fucking money. He was entitled to 30%. So the least thing Devin should have did, Devin should have just gave him, let him went and get his, see if he could get his 30%. And then if he would have got the 30%, then the fight would have been made. He should have just waited to see if he could get the 30%. Who gives a fuck that he's a champion? Talking about why do he gotta wait? He ain't waiting. You act like he's somewhere waiting in the cold for the next 3 years, standing outside. Someone shut the fuck up. He act like he leaving them standing outside in the cold some motherfucking way waiting for something. No, he can wait. He gotta wait for them to make a decision. Let the motherfucking sanction the body. Let this man know, can he get some more money? Why would you want to knock him from getting some more money anyway? Y'all supposed to be cool. Why would you want to knock him from getting some more motherfucking money? Yeah, let him get the money that he was entitled to, which Frank Martin wasn't entitled to shit. And Frank Martin don't have no accolades. Nothing to stand on. Nothing. There was nothing in Frank Martin corner, nothing about Frank Martin that looked good for Frank Martin to make him say he should have turned down what was being offered, the $1 million that was being offered, when in his previous fight, he only made $250K. He making $250K and they try to bump him up to $1 million, and he going to try to buck as if he's been unified in another division or he been a champion in another division. He don't have shit, nothing, no accolades to speak for what he trying to buck for. Frank Martin shouldn't have been bucking for shit. All Frank Martin should have been doing is taking the motherfucking fight. No accolades, you shouldn't be asking for nothing. Nothing. Shakur was a 2-division champion, unified at 130, and when he got the motherfucking 135, he was entitled to 30%. Devin tried to give him 25% and try to make it like a take it or leave it type situation, knowing he's entitled to 30%. So that tells me in itself. And then Devin didn't wait. He went to 140, where he told Bob Erm he really wanted to go. So he did not want to fight Shakur at all. So if anybody ducked anybody, it's you can clearly see, oh yes, Devin is the one that ducked Shakur. Devin definitely ducked Shakur for not waiting to see if Shakur could get the 30% he was entitled to. Goofy ass dummy. See y'all on the Get Back.